Now that you've decided on a service area and the target audience, it's time for you to choose a topic. Your service may have many aspects, but I strongly recommend you to tackle one aspect at a time and not try to make a catch-all mega MOOC. You may consider many factors when deciding on a topic, but as a rule of thumb, you should choose, first of all, a subject that interests you most. Wow, that's the first time I mention you first. After preaching on and on about how important it is to make your organization and your target audience happy. But never did I forget that you, as the aspiring MOOC producer, are the most important person in this fledgling project. Guaranteed, as a new social MOOC producer, you will encounter lots of barriers. You need passion and inner drive to help you persevere. You must choose the topic that you are passionate about, that you believe will have an impact, that you want more people to benefit from. Only then will you be able to carry this project to success in spite of the obstacles. Second, you should choose a subject in which your organization excels or a practice in which your organization leads the way in its sector. If you don't demonstrate excellence in your existing services, it's hard to imagine your clients and sector friends would be excited about the MOOC you produce. Changing the service delivery model would not automatically make the service better. On the contrary, if your service method is innovative and the results are stunning, people who are unable to receive the service in person would look forward to getting it from your MOOC. And creating the MOOC is a justifiable effort to scale up your best practices. Third, you should choose something in which your target audience already shows interest based on your needs assessment. As mentioned before, a thorough needs assessment with your target audience is really important. You should use surveys and focus group discussions to solicit their opinions about your proposed subjects. Giving them a few options to choose from usually works the best. For instance, if you are providing training to frontline workers working with refugees, the topics of interest may include mental health, immigration law, religion and culture, employment, etc. Creating a simple survey on SurveyMonkey and sending it to the frontline workers you know would help you narrow your choices to the ones in which people show the most interest. Fourth, you should choose a topic that has a relatively long shelf life. That is, its relevance and usefulness do not expire in a few months. For example, if you choose a topic such as training volunteers for the Pan Am Games, the MOOC would become obsolete even before the games ended. Making a MOOC costs money and takes time. You'd want to pick the topics that generate ongoing interest. Usually you will run a MOOC for a few iterations to make it worth the production effort. In the tech training world, new editions pop up all the time, but if you keep updating the content in the relaunch of your MOOC or produce sequels to cover new editions, you will be able to keep your MOOC relevant. There's one exception when you can ignore the shelf life and simply take advantage of the massive list of the MOOC for your chosen subject. This often happens when an advocacy and cause campaign type of MOOC is chosen. This type of MOOC is usually issue-based and sometimes launched a year or a few months before a scheduled event, such as the US presidential election, or for a defined period of time. But these MOOCs are usually small, can be made spontaneously, and the cost is insignificant. You usually wouldn't run this kind of MOOC for more than once. Fifth and last, don't choose a topic for which a MOOC already exists. As I'm talking, this may not be a valid concern because the social MOOC is still a new concept. But over time, as more and more nonprofit organizations start using MOOCs to deliver their human services, you will want to avoid duplicating their efforts, unless you're confident you can produce a far superior MOOC than the existing one. To check whether something similar already exists in the MOOC world, simply run a few keyword searches in this website and you will find out.